everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is for the readers or for those who have just started reading. Now when you read, obviously there are so many ideas that you get, or there are so many beautiful lines that you relate to and you're like, wow, so well written. Now today's video is all about how do you make sure that you are not forgetting those lines or those ideas that are popping in your head when you are reading them out. So now when I started reading, obviously I would just, highlight those lines. I would use a pencil and I would underline them, and later when I'm looking for those lines, I'll probably just, sift through the book and see where that line has vanished. Or sometimes I would make a note in my phone so that I don't forget the idea that I've had while reading. But obviously it becomes so difficult to manage after a certain point. And then I came across these bloggers who annotate books and make them look so beautiful first. I mean, the beauty part stays for me, but at the same time, it's very functional as well. So basically, annotation is adding comments to a text. So this text for us is definitely the books. So what you do is, when you are reading, so instead of, just underlining a line and letting it be, you try to highlight it in a certain way that it catches your attention even when you are sifting through the book, or you also put your notes and ideas right there and then, so that whenever you want to refer to, you can just get back to them and you have everything in one place. And there is a very easy method to do that, and let's just go through it without further ado. So if you're just starting out, all you need are these sticky notes. They are available in different colors and shades as well. You can explore them. And I use these highlighters. You can use whatever you want. I use these particular ones. I don't even know how to pronounce them. But again, I've linked them in my video description as well. Now, if you want to expand your horizon, you can look at some more highlighters as well. So these are some pastel shades, again, linked in the video description. And if you want, you can have some washi tapes as well, or some very tiny stickers. Again, these are totally optional, so even if you want to invest in them. And some colored pens, if you're okay with using them in your book, I definitely am. Otherwise, a pencil would definitely do, and any normal pencil would do. Now let's get started with learning how do you use all these things exactly to annotate your books. Now first thing first, when you're using these sticky notes, what you do is, you can color code them, or if you don't want to color code them, I personally don't do that because it needs a lot of thought. But if you want to color code them, all you can do is, in the beginning of your book, you can simply make an index, and thereby you can write, for example, here I can go with the purple color is for the male dialogues and the orange one is for the female one. So I'll simply go ahead and write it down. If you want to paste these sticky notes here, you can do that as well. Totally your call. Right? Now what happens is, anytime when I'm closing my book, or when I've already marked, I've already highlighted things, I know whenever I want to reach a certain place and I know that was a girl's dialogue that I was looking at, I'll just know that I have to skip to the orange one and I'll get to the dialogue that I'm looking for. And when it comes to the male dialogues, I know that I'll come to these. Now in this particular book, there are only 2 characters, that's why only 2 colors would do. But if there is a book which has multiple characters, you can use multiple colors for different characters. Or if there is a line of philosophy and you want to mark that, these are all the lines that I really liked and were very deep, you can code them in any other certain way. Now when it comes to using the traditional highlighters, one way is to go about using them the similar way as we used to do it. Similarly, simply highlighting the lines that you like. I use multiple colors because that way it makes things interesting for me. However, what I do, because I like art as well, is I try to doodle a few things around in the lines that I like. I'll just show you a few examples, and I don't even complicate things. I just go about drawing things that are very easy for me. So it's not like you have to be very creative with it or have to be an artist to draw certain things. I'm just flipping through so that you can see how and all I've used the highlighters to highlight certain things or make designs around them. Because I really liked it. This whole paragraph was nice, so I wrote the word amazing around it. This book is anyhow very good, and I really wanted to highlight everything. That's why you'll see a lot of highlights here. There might be certain books which will not need so many highlights, and that's also completely fine. This is the book, by the way, and don't go for it unless and until you haven't read the first part. There are 3 parts, so if you can read all of them, please go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, I think this is my favorite so far, and then one of these I also drew a cupcake which I really loved, so I'll just show that to you if at all I can find it. There it goes, right? So whatever you feel like drawing, just go ahead, doodle things around, and you don't have to complicate it. Whatever pattern you can think of whenever you are annotating books, just go ahead with it without giving a second thought. There are also times when you read something and you feel like, wow, this is so good, I have gotten ideas of myself, I have learned something and I really want to write it down. Now there are 4 ways how you can make your notes. One is that you simply take a pen and you make your notes right away. Use the color, you can coordinate it with this one. Whatever you want to write, you can write alongside. Please don't kill me for spoiling this book like this. So your notes come here, okay? Now if you are someone who says, no, I can't use pen in my books, which is totally understandable, the second option is to use your pencil. So you make the notes using your pencil, you write whatever your idea is around that thing and fill up the space however you would want to. Now if you are someone who is totally against spoiling the books, I just cannot do it and cannot use anything or any written text of my own on the book, the third thing is you can use a sticky note. Since I don't have sticky notes and I really love washi tapes, what I do is I take these colored sheets. Although I do this very less because there are not so many notes that I want to take while reading. So what I do is I would keep the paper here wherever I want to take the note and then I take a washi tape. The reason for washi tape is because when you peel this off, it will not tear the text or the paper underneath. So whatever my note is, I'll put a washi tape on top of it. There are also very transparent sticky notes that you can get that don't even hide the text beneath, but if at all you want to invest in them, only then go for it. And then now you can make the notes here, right? So all your notes come here, and even when you want to take them off or you want to read the whole text, it comes off, and then you can paste it again and you're sorted, right? Now however, if you are totally against this as well, the next option comes, use a notebook. Now all I have to do is simply probably write the page number, that is page 45, and the book title will already go here, and then whatever note I have to make, I can simply write it in my notebook without thinking or without worrying about spoiling my notebook itself. And more importantly, I also have a lot of space to write in it. In a book, it can still get restricted at certain points. At the same time, if you also have stickers like these or maybe any other stickers, or if you like to draw or doodle anything, the stickers do make the books look pretty, at least according to me. So all you have to do is simply take them off and then paste them wherever you want to. The smaller they are, obviously the prettier they look. I've linked a few in the video description. You can find them out and order them for yourself. So now that you have a basic idea on how you can make efficient notes while reading books, go ahead, start with the basic material that you have. Even if you have just one highlighter, start with it, start annotating your books, see how you like it or if at all you enjoy it or not. Because for some people what also happens is that if I'm reading, I'm just reading. I don't want to do anything apart from it. So especially for those who don't like art at all or who don't want to go to the lengths of pasting something on the book, it's completely justifiable that you just want to keep reading, and that's also completely fine. But once you're sure that you really like making notes in the book itself or maybe in your journal apart from that, go ahead, invest in a few more supplies if you want to, but enjoy the reading part. It actually enhances it and it's a very feel-good activity, according to me at least. Tell me in the comments how you like to annotate books or how do you even like the idea of doing that, and let's meet in the next video on the next Tuesday. Bye-bye.